Hello, everyone. My name is Malcolm Shambana, and today I'm taking you through a quality management course. And we are looking at a problem solving tool, which is the Fishbone Diagram. I know you have heard about the Fishbone Diagram from Ishikawa. It's a tool which we use mainly for problem solving, and today now we are going to go into details on how you can construct a fishbone diagram. So sit back, relax, enjoy your drink, enjoy whatever you're doing as I walk you through this quality management tool, which you are going to learn to be using in commercial life, industrial life, or even at personal level. Thank you. So, what is a fishbone diagram? A fishbone diagram is a problem solving tool that helps in visualizing the root causes of a problem in a categorical manner. So it's a tool which you can use to analyze the problem by breaking down your problem into categories or the makeup of that problem. And that way, it helps you understand the root cause. It comes as a picture or as a diagram, let me say that. The fishbone diagram was actually created by Karuno Ishikawa, so that's why it's also known as the Ishikawa diagram, to show the causes of a specific event. So it's important in many cases that once you have established a problem, you need now to brainstorm or visualize the causes of that problem. And one of the good tools is the same tool we are looking at, the fishbone diagram. It's a very good tool to understand in a visual form the causes of a particular problem. So it's called a fishbone diagram because it resembles the structure of the fish. It has the head and the bones spread out. So, how can we construct a fishbone diagram? One, first, you need to state the problem which you are thinking of solving. So in this case, I've picked our common current problem. I know you might have heard about this problem throughout my YouTube videos. I'm looking at load shedding. We currently in Zambia we are facing the problem of load shedding, and I want to analyze it in a way, in something which you can easily relate to, if especially if you are in Zambia, you can easily relate to and understand how you can solve even other problems connecting to this general problem which we all know we are facing as a country. Actually, this has also even affected my video production on YouTube. I'm sure you have noticed there has been slow production because I've also had the challenge of load shedding. I usually don't have power, so I find it hard to make and create any video content on my YouTube channel. So load shedding, we begin with load shedding as a problem. So the load shedding itself, which is let me say electricity supply problem in Zambia, starts as the head of the diagram. So we also have now the spine to that problem. What's leading to that problem? That's the starting of the construction of a fishbone diagram. You begin with the problem, the head. Sometimes they call it the effect. And then from the spine now, we are going to look into the causes. So the fishbone diagram is the spine is categorized. You break down now the causes in which you think the problem may have been emanating from. So, to establish the categories of possible causes of the problem, you need to understand the process first. The process where we have a problem. The process where we have the problem is electricity production. There is a shortage of power supply. We don't know what's causing at the moment. Let me put it that way. In this example, we don't know what the problem is. And now we are trying to analyze and find out what could have led to or what is leading to load shedding. So before you solve the problem, you need to understand the process first. So what's the process of germinating or generating electricity rather? What's the process? I've put a basic process there. I've put water, which runs the turbine. The turbine must be the equipment. And this equipment is, of course, run by man, the staff of the power utility. And this equipment being run by, is also being uh, helped to run by water, which is another factor, generates electricity. So the water runs the turbine in the equipment. Turbine is part of the equipment. And in that way, electricity is generated. This is basic. It's just a basic explanation of the process of generating electricity. Otherwise, it's more complicated than what I've put here across. But I've just put basics. There is water running the turbines, and there is man managing the equipment and the way the water is running the turbine. So this is just a basic example for power generation, electricity power generation. So within that electricity power generation process, there is also finance. There is finance which is needed to acquire equipment or maintain equipment. There is also finance which is needed to pay man, the staff, members of staff of the utility company which is producing power. The finance may come from the actual electricity which is generated as people paying through bills or prepaid funding. It goes to finance from the electricity. Also, there can be other finances, like in our case in Zambia, the utility company is not a private company, so it can also be funded by the government. But in our example, we are going to ignore the government here. We'll just maintain this finance as coming. Maybe it may be even from the private sector, but we'll maintain the finance which is running, we'll just maintain the finance as a factor. We won't include the external source of finance. So this finance is used to, like I said, they used to acquire equipment, pay manpower, and the equipment and the water generates electricity. The electricity is sold to man who again finances the utility company. So this is the process. So before you construct your fishbone diagram, you need to understand the process. We already have the problem, which is load shedding. We can even classify the problem. We can re what word can I use? We can use other terms. Instead of load shedding, we can just say power, or maybe power shortage, power outage, whatever makes you feel comfortable to define the problem. Now that we have these factors established, the process, and we can now pick those input factors. So we know that we have our load shedding here as a problem. We have our spine. Now we can analyze now the factors that are likely to lead to the problem of load shedding, and these are the factors we have identified in the process. So we identified water, which are here. We use the term environment. We also have identified equipment. We identified man. We identified finance. So it's the case is like this. We identified finance. environment, man, and so in that case it forms a shape of a head of a fish and its bones. So these are the categories which we need to analyze to understand the root cause of our problem, which is load shedding or power outage or power shortage. These factors, remember, these factors are coming from our processes. We pick them from our processes. So if you are in a different industry, you need to also, your factors will be different because your process factors will be different from this. If you are in a medical, you have a problem, factors will be maybe, is it medicine? There will be, you analyze first the process and it will give you hints on what factors you need to look at. To be medicine, maybe the medical doctors, maybe the beds, the equipment, the labs. That's what will appear now on your problem. Whatever, if you have a problem, maybe staff complaining about so much queuing in your hospital. There will be so many factors depending on your environment. So in our case, we are looking at load shedding. So I've mentioned environment, which is also water. I've mentioned equipment, finance, and mind. So within these factors, which we have categorized, there are other factors. Within equipment, there are other contributing factors. So we need to state those contributing factors to help us solve the problem. Within equipment, there is also a breakdown of factors. Within finance, there's a breakdown of factors. Within man, who is the working person there at the utility company, there are also a breakdown of factors. So there is, for example, in our current situation, we have insufficient water. That's an environmental factor. We have obsolete equipment. I don't know if I'm just guessing. The equipment may be obsolete. We are just brainstorming here, and that's a possible reason. We have low capacity. The equipment maybe isn't able to generate the much needed megawatts to power the nation. We also have maybe lack of skills. Maybe the employees are not skilled. Maybe we recruited wrong people. These are examples. I'm not stating that that's a current situation. I'm just giving you an example. And then we also have we may have lack of innovation, maybe within the staff working at the utility company. We may also have inadequate capital under finance. Maybe the utility company is a loss making. That's why it's affecting the output, which is leading to uh, low supply or shortage of supply, or and which is subsequently leading to load shedding. So within these bonds, within these categories, there are also subcategories which you need to now carry out a root cause analysis. So you need to carry out now a root cause analysis of insufficient water. Maybe it's due to, I understand, maybe due to drought as a result of the El Nino. You need also to carry out a root cause analysis of obsolete equipment. Also, a root cause analysis of low capacity, inadequate capital. Why is it loss making? Or why are employees not innovative enough to sort out some basic problems? Or why are employees not having the right skills? So this is how you create your fishbone diagram. Please note that once you have these analyzed finding, after you have established your root cause, then that's where now you need to come up with solutions which are linked to the problem you're solving. I can say the fishbone diagram can be used as maybe as a foundation for your strategic plan. So you may come up with a strategic plan to acquire equipment, a strategic plan to source funds, of which may be used to acquire equipment, or a strategic plan to train your employees. But some problems may lack solutions. They may be natural. Maybe you can't you if you are finding maybe insufficient water. I know there is a topic on water cultivation where you gather water from the rains and then use it for generation of electricity. But maybe that if that's not practical, there are times you may find that the problem is not cannot be easily solved by the current resources which are available. So in that case, you need to look at other processes. Remember, we started this problem with a process. We analyzed how water being used to run turbines, which is the equipment to generate electricity, and the whole process being managed by man, and of course, being facilitated by funding. So if that process, there is a problem within that process and you can't solve it, you need to now analyze other sources or other processes. Instead of putting more funds in this process, why not put funds in a solar process? You start now another system. That's how you solve problems. So this was just a basic analysis of the fishbone diagram on how you can use it to solve problems. You can also use it to solve personal problems. It's not only on commercial basis, but also on personal problems. You can analyze your problem. You draw your problem as a head. Then you further break down the process which leads to that problem. Then you're home and dry. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Malcolm Shambana is my name.